Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, July 25th, 2024. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, this is the only session today, so we're done with the disclosure. Pre-market trade working on the micro Russell, going too far, so that's not a get in sync. It's just hit money management. Crude oil this morning. We had a trade right at, set some 1 second after start. Got to look at that one. Here, vertical on that. Mark the start time. And we'll make it a 4 second chart. And we'll come back to 9 o'clock. There's our trade. All right, so 3 seconds. You 3 seconds. We were up here. Bounced up above and closed below at 7 seconds. So I would say that's an avoidable trade. I was originally going to count that as the end, but that one looks like it's avoidable. It's been difficult to execute anyway. So with that, then the second trade of the morning is a very successful targets 1 and 2, 36 ticks. It's still trailing from that trade. If we were using the trailer, unleaded. I did check this one. There was time to get in this trade at 9:05. So that trade gets target 2 of 40 ticks or target 1 of 25, depending on what you're trading. Entry was 757, and we trail out at 764. So we get 7 ticks on the trailer, 40 ticks on target, 47 ticks. Moderate day, not huge. I go in queue, so we'll bring that up. That will be starting shortly, and the market is open. That's a valid trade, but it looks like to me like it's avoidable. It's going to be a full loss. Micro Russell trade proceeding, but not a trade we'd be able to take. Filtered trade in the pound Aussie. That's squeeze zone. Oh, excuse me. Right. Micro Russell, YM with the trade, and that just hit target one. First trade was avoidable, too fast to have executed. This one's going through target, got through target two and still going up. Pretty active start to the morning. And coming back down again. Stop at 104 and stopping out. So that's a one and done session. Quick long, now short on the Micro Russell. Should be money management. And stopping out at break even. Just missed getting up to target. Long trade now. Probably long enough to get into that. Very active market this morning. Swinging back and forth. And target 3 and target 4, it looks like. Easily going through targets 3 and 4. I don't know if this long was too fast to catch or not. We'll call that a break even. 2 break evens and then a win. Micro NQ in a short trade. So now trailing through target 2. It's larger than normal trade as well, but this was before our start time and just shy of target 3. Soybeans had an add-on that was a bid in sync but never got back to the entry, so we're flat there. And we are at our start time for the micro NQ now. So we'll wait for that, and a short trade on the micro Russell. We hit target 1 point. We need 1 additional tick. And so we did get to money management, and that's a break-even stop out on the micro Russell. Another long on the YM. The YM is done on the session. Long trade on the micro NQ. Third break even on micro Russell. And we have not triggered into the micro NQ trade yet. And now we have a long trade, or sorry, another short trade on the micro NQ. That cancels the long. That hit the entry. I'd adjust around it. $38 flat, so I'd take it to 37.5. And we did trigger in. Still full risk on the trade on the micro NQ. Avoidable trade, avoidable long. Well, looks like we took a full loss. No, that was a break even, so that was the third break even. Short trade on the micro Russell. All right, money management on the micro NQ trade. Micro Russell has not triggered in yet. That looks like that adjusted around it, and that cancels. We go long. Enough movement there that we have time to get into that, and bouncing up for money management. And we needed one additional tick, so we definitely got that. And there is target 3 and just shy of target 4. Nope, just hit target 4 on the nose. So this is win number 2. And the trailer at 25.7. All right, micro NQ went break even on the short, transitioned to long, and now is at break even. Stopped out at break even on the short, then picked up a long. It's gotten to break even as well. And stops out at break even. So 2 break evens on the micro NQ quickly this morning. And another short on the micro Russell. Short on soybeans. This is trade number 6 on the micro Russell. Last trade of the day. Going money management and target. So 3rd winner. Really active market this morning. And now trailing on the micro Russell, 23.9. Larger than normal short. Short on the micro NQ is a little larger than usual. We have a wick on the entry bar, and there's target 1 for money management. Now, is it large enough to? No, that's not large enough to move the target down. So we're still looking for target 2, but we are at money management. And we're going to make that a break even and now go long. Okay, back, pull back, definitely have a chance to get into that. 3 break evens. And that means we will go to 3 trades or 6 trades. We have no losses yet. Micro Russell getting win number 3 and final stop out just above target 3 on the short side. And targets 3 and 4 and almost target 3 on the trailer for that one. Definitely a positive session on the micro Russell. Let's go back and see where we are on the soybeans chart. And our first trade of the day is a short. Hit the entry on the nose, looks like. All right, the long was a full stop out. short probably was avoidable, and now we have another long that's gone to money management. Continuing to have a lot of volatility this morning. Just a couple of ticks shy of target 2. Definitely at least money management. Nothing in the pound Aussie this morning. YM got it done. Crude and unleaded both getting it done on single trades this morning. Three break-evens, one loss, one win so far on the micro NQ. There's target 2. And we're trailing at target, and we target 3 achieved. There's our target 4 goal. $179 3/4 for the trailer. Target 4. So targets 2, 3, and 4 achieved on this one. Definitely going to be positive at this point. $182.5 for the trailer. That's above target 2. And we're a little over 5 minutes behind on the data at this point. It's been a very active morning since market open. The charts just aren't keeping up. I am not trading these charts this morning. I traded crude this morning before the 9:30 market open, and that was fine. But once we hit the market open at 9:30, data started to lag behind. So I definitely would not try to trade when that's happening. All right. Trade number 6 on the micro NQ is a short with a pretty good sized wick. Is it big enough to bring target to target 1? And yes, it is. Target 1 is exceeding our normal target 2. And there's target 1, so that's going to be a win. No, that's not what I want. So there's target 2. And we are at break even now. Micro Russell setting new session highs. YM has pushed through the session open, so we are in positive territory on the session. Soybeans back at its entry on the short. Still in negative territory on the micro NQ. We got down. In fact, we are below the 20,000 level, considerably below the 20,000. We're down in the 19,150 range. After being above 20,000 yesterday. I would say that reversal, adjusted, we're still in the short trade. Micro NQ is still in the original short trade I have marked up. We're looking for target 2. And there's target 2 on the original short. That's target 1 on that new short. And I would say there's a very good chance we're gotten far enough to start trailing on the original trades. 128.25, 129.5 for the stop. Looks like it should be about right there. Actually, now all right, that would have been the last trade of the day. Or no, wait a minute. That was what trade? That was trade 5, wasn't it? Yeah, that was our loss. 2 break evens, 1 loss. That's win number 1. Trade 4. Yep, that's trade 5. So the long trade 6 is a loss. 2 losses, 2 solid wins. And that ends the session on Micro NQ. And we still are not to 10 o'clock yet. Good morning, Ranjit. And we finally have a trade on the pound Aussie. Short. Looks like that triggered in. Soybeans stopping and reversing to long. It's going to be one of 66 and a quarter. No, absolutely not. All they would be everything I'm calling out would be a trade plan trade on the particular charts that we're looking at. But I'm certainly not trying to trade six charts at a time. And that's just folly. All right, we just did trigger in on the long trade, so we did reverse the long on soybeans. We're sure there. So our loss was from 63 and a quarter to 66 and a quarter. 3 points times 4 positions, so that's 12 points. Yeah, and that's all, especially in this busy a market. 2 is about all I would try to actually trade. The trade running 6 at a time here in the trade room is purely for example. So you have examples of multiple markets, multiple different strategies. This is definitely not a signal service. This is a training room to see how some of the different strategies work. Yeah, see some of my thinking and making adjustments. You know, today has been a very active day. Getting 6 trades off already on both the micro NQ and the micro Russell before 10 o'clock. Well before 10 o'clock, because my data is running at least 5 minutes behind at this point. It's been, system just can't keep up. Yeah, I'm actually closer to 7. I'm 7 minutes or so behind now. See, it's running right at 9:53, and it's already 10 o'clock. So I'm over 7 minutes behind on the data. So as I said earlier, I'm not trading at all right now because my data is lagging the actual market. But these would have been the trades that would have been taken in the actual market. Yeah, I try my personal trade plans I typically will trade 3 markets, all of which have different start times. So I trade the pound Aussie, which have an 8:30 start time, and these are all Eastern times. The pound Aussie I trade based on Eastern time. Crude base is an Eastern time start, 9 o'clock, and then I'll trade the micro YM, or the YM, with an 8:30 Central, which is 9:30 Eastern start time. So I have all three of the markets that I'll typically trade are offset by half an hour. Especially on a day like today, I won't be trading any more than one market. Actually, maybe two. The pound Aussie, well, the Forex charts typically are a little bit slower than other things. Typically, not always. But I won't, especially in a really fast market like this, I won't be trading more than one market at a time. And actually, on the days I'm running the room, I very seldom trade the YM, just because I don't have enough time to concentrate on what I'm talking about and what I want to trade, because there's two different places, especially with the amount of activity that we had this morning. The good news was that crude and unleaded got themselves both out of the way quickly, with trades right around their 9 o'clock start times, 9 to 9:05. So those were each one and done. So they were out of the mix. Didn't get the first trade on the pound Aussie until about 9:45 really. So from 9:30 to 9:40, 9:30 to 9:45 had nothing at all on the pound. So when did this trade show up? They're taking some heat on that now. It's looking like it went through the 200, came back up, tested it again, and seems to be bouncing back up again off of it. That was 9:52, almost 9:53. So we had almost 25 minutes with nothing but the three market indices: micro Russell, micro NQ, and the YM. And I certainly wouldn't have been trying to trade all three of those. As much activity as we were getting on the micro Russell and micro NQ. But we went one and done on the YM, so that took it out of the equation pretty quickly. Soybeans has been the one that's been a little slow this morning. It's just in its second trade of the morning. And another squeeze zone long trade filtered out on the pound Aussie, taking heat on the short. Let's see, we are at past 10 o'clock, but I don't think my data is going to be past 10 yet. Yeah, we're still about 3 minutes from the 10 a.m. session, so I'll base that off of the chart timing. So yeah, that's how I try to set up my trade plans. So the only time that they'll overlap is when trading is slow. When trading is fairly rapid, I try not to overlap plans, and so active trading will get crude out of the way before the YM starts, and usually the pound Aussie can be handled with another market. And as you can see, the micro NQ is getting into noise now. We got into a noisy patch that would have given us several losses there, but we're getting into this nice short. Had our 6 trades and are done with that session. So soybeans and pound Aussie, the only thing running right now. We're right at the 10 a.m. Yeah, we've got 50 seconds to go data-wise to the 10 a.m. crude session. And those have been our 2 slow markets this morning. Pound Aussie just in its first trade of the day with an 8:30 start time. Didn't get its first trade until almost 9:53. Just in our second trade of the morning on soybeans. Market seems to be settling down a bit. We're now in our 10 a.m. crude mini session. Obviously, we're in the short trade that has gone too far to get into. It's actually down to target 4 now. Micro NQ at session lows. Micro Russell pushing down off of session highs, as is the YM. So divergence in the markets again. All right, back to the entry again on soybeans. And pound Aussie is just about down to the entry again. And there's a new short on the YM. Obviously not trying to trade that. Pound Aussie and soybeans charts are in trades. Crude is the only other active chart at the moment. Everything else is done. Crude in its 10 a.m. mini session. My forex data is not behind, so I would actually am trading this. Crude continuing to trail the trade from about 940. Last time that hit the entry level was around before 10 minutes till 10. So definitely too early to be part of the 10 a.m. mini session. That's a no trade for the 10 a.m. mini session. We were long since not that many trades went off. We had one, two. That's just the third trade since the power quitting trade originally on crude, and now we have a long trade. $78.41. And now we're down 11 minutes behind. Let's see if this trade's able to work any magic. Crude has been up and down quite a bit this morning, so we'll see where it goes. Pound Aussie back to the entry again. Headed downward this time, which is a good thing. We are in the short trade. Soybeans headed down toward the 50 EMA. You got to close below the 220 and the 200. We'll have to see what happens with those. Well, Aussie now working down toward money management. Bit over halfway there. Soybeans trying to work back up toward to the long entry point. Long entry is a couple of ticks above where it was plotted because it was a stop and reverse from short. All right, crude with a potential stop and reverse to short. Calculator's tracking the short, but I believe our stop and reverse adjust would have kept us in that. Stop entry plotted at 28, so it would go down to 24. Yeah, we're still in the long trade. And hitting the short stop on the short trade, so that cancels the stop and reverse on crude. Now working to test the 50 EMA. 50 EMA sitting at 76.51. And the pound Aussie back at the entry point again. Got close to money management, didn't quite get there. And there's money management on our original long trade that we're still in. And I think, yeah, 56. So that's target. So stop and reverse is off the table. We're back to that. 41. Stop at 42 now. We're going to have to track this one manually. And target 1 for 15 ticks. So this will be the POQ trade for crude on the 10 a.m. mini session. So our next goal is target 2, which is right there, 76.65. Okay, crude stop still at 42. Almost to a point of trailing now. Next time the balance line moves up, trailing stop will move up. Getting very close to there, and there's target 2. So that it completes the trade. 2 fixed targets, 15 and 24, 39 ticks. So 2 winning sessions, one and done on crude today. Soybeans and the pound Aussie still in their trades. Short pound Aussie, halfway between the entry and money management. Soybeans is long on the stop and reverse, and it's within a tick of the entry levels. Don't know where we're going to go on those today. Soybeans at kind of a turning point. It's 200 EMA, who's kind of going sideways right now. All three had been coming down, but the 50 and the 20, 50 EMA and 20 SMA have definitely turned up. Tested through the 20, and almost down to the 50, but seems to be turning back up a little bit. So hopefully that's good news for the trade. So, crude 10 a.m. session is done. We're at the session and setting a new session high on soybeans. Pound Aussie got down even closer to its money management. And we're already at 10:30. These two markets are moving fairly slowly. See if soybeans is going to make a move now. Now that it's set a new session high, we'll see if it can push on through and make targets. Same old, same old. Making some progress, but not very fast on both trades. So I am going to call it a morning, folks. These two are probably going to be kind of slow. And I haven't seen anybody other than Ranjit asking questions. So we'll call it a morning and come back on Tuesday. Regular week next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 9:30. Wednesday crude oil inventory report at 10:30. Everyone have a good one, and we will talk to you next week. Talk to you next Tuesday. Good trading tomorrow, and have a good weekend.